I'm so glad to be on the show. Hi, Cannon. Hi, Frank. What are you...
Welcome to Showbiz, motherfucker.
Yeah, how do you like it?
It's a Travolting development. His movies are kinda shit. 15 years without a hit. Hey! It's John Travolta!
It's almost like the month of August is cooler than the month of goddamn July.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I was waiting for that. Yeah, I discovered one of Shimmy's pet peeves accidentally when I made the comment that August and September are the worst months for me as a mailman because it's just miserable outside. No, it's wildly incorrect. It's factually inaccurate. August and September are demonstrably cooler.
I don't know what you're talking about.
On average than July.
Fake news.
Makes me so mad.
How are you going to tell the man how he feels, Shim?
Well, how he feels is wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
Who are you to determine someone's feelings?
It's always fun discovering someone's pet peeve accidentally. Like, la, la, la.
What are you, like the
I'm
thought
still
police?
confused. What is the pet peeve?
People saying that August is hotter than July.
Every aspect. August is the hottest month in Alabama. No, fuck you, it's not. It's 3 degrees cooler on average than July.
I mean, this is a weird part of the world.
Yeah.
Stranger things have happened.
No, it's not strange. I looked it up to double check. That's what I'm saying.
But
can you provide us with those
facts? What I'm trying to say
facts?
is the man's like, hey, my job sucks the worst at this time of the year, and you're like, you're fucking wrong.
He didn't even say his job. He was, it's so hot. August is the worst month. It's not. It's fucking not.
Sir, I'm going to need you
his
to
job is in
present.
the heat all the time.
I need you to present a presentation, like PowerPoint and everything.
Don't tempt me. I will do it.
Bring it. Next time on Cajun Greatness, Jimmy tells the weather to all of us.
Yeah, like 10 minutes of next podcast will be.
Yeah, we're just getting
Jimmy's PowerPoint presentation of how you are all wrong. That August is not more miserable than July.
With like special guest, the weather puppet.
What?
I don't know.
Special guest, Wilfred the weather puppet. How are you doing today, Wilfred?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Oh my God, you were really quick on that. Holy shit.
Tell us it's hotter in August, Wilfred.
It's a lot harder and hottest than the rest of the
Jimmy's head explode.
Oh.
It's like Eddie Kingston's head.
Man, is it just like mildewier?
I don't know.
You were trying to avoid the other M word.
I have suffered through 2 months of summer already, and August is just like my breaking point.
This summer has sucked.
Yeah,
it's just been the worst.
This August has been super rainy and overcast.
We're in the monsoon
it has been
season.
much more pleasant the last few weeks because cloud cover, cold front, and like today it just rained on me all day. Which, I'm delivering packages. People are like, hey, we're sorry you're out there. No, I'm 100% fine. Please, rain on the 90 degrees. Yes. Just keep raining.
Well, speaking of pleasantries, welcome to Travolting Development, everyone. I will be acting as your host today, that Cannon guy, and everyone else is here. We got the Shim Dog.
August is not hotter than July.
But your head is the hottest in August right now. And over here, we got the Jeremy Dog.
Woo! I've also got, Wilfred the weather puppet now.
Yep. As the tag team champions.
Yep.
3-time tag team champions.
Hell yes, I am. That's right.
Puppet. And we got the postman Frank Dog.
Hello. I'm not doing a bark.
That wasn't me this time.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
There is no photo evidence.
We have no proof. We have no proof of that nature. All right, so I made the foolish decision a week ago to commemorate to honor the memory of Olivia Newton-John in her recent passing. I mean, it's been about 2 weeks now from this recording, I believe.
Yeah,
but I didn't have a Travolta movie, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it. We took a trip down Thunder Road in Grease Lightning, singing some songs, and we watched Grease.
What better way to commemorate Olivia Newton-John than to shit on the movie she was in?
Yep.
Most
Yeah.
known for.
We're sorry. And
Boy,
ahead
howdy,
of
I
time
plan
for,
to.
Man, I'm so glad I had
all-
Mexican.
for all her one fan that may be listening.
Please don't have Mexican food diarrhea in my basement, Jeremy.
What, that's what the corner's for, right?
No. That's where Frank hangs out when he's not actually recording.
Yeah.
Him and Abaddon, yeah.
Abaddon didn't get to join us for this viewing of Grease. Abaddon, we may need to get Abaddon on a few of these viewings.
That'd be fun.
So maybe she wouldn't be so, agitated all the time.
She does
she's
seem
cool
grumpy.
with us.
Oh, yeah.
We can't guarantee the safety of visitors, though.
No.
That's just
Yeah,
how
but
this works.
let's not let you choose the movie because apparently,
It's kind of my thing. I choose the Travolta movie.
This is a canon show.
Frank,
do
you've
you
been
really want to aggravate Abaddon though? by making them watch Grease.
Abaddon don't pay rent though. You got to pay the piper somehow. Anyway, we're gonna go around the room like we usually do. Let's see, what order are we going to go in? You know what? Let's get it out of the way. Shimmy, what did you think of the 1978 classic Grease?
I'll start off by saying the nicest thing I'm going to say. This is not the worst movie that I have watched for a podcast. Not even in top 5 worst movies I've watched for a podcast. It is absolutely in the top 10 for me, though. It is in there. Right? Like Jiu-Jitsu is worst, Left Behind is worst, The Fanatic is worst. For me, The Holy Mountain is the worst. It's not ever going to get topped. That movie was the most unpleasant theatrical or home movie experience I've ever had in my entire life.
You heard it here for the first time in a long time.
I saw Grease when I was a small child. I had very little memory of any of it. So this is the first time in a good, probably 25 years.
Good choice.
Good choice to wait that long.
I could have stood a bit more time on that.
Gotta let it marinate.
There's one song, like the one where Frenchie's getting sung to by her imagination angel. I like that song.
That was the Beyonder.
Yeah, by the Beyonder. That was a fun song. I like that song. I also liked the sexy saxophone in that one Rizzo song. Sung by my second favorite Rizzo of all time now, because there's only 2. My first favorite is, of course, Rizzo the Rat from the Muppets.
100%.
OG.
Everything else, though, everything else. This movie, Travolta should never have had a career. Olivia Newton-John should not have had. None of these people, these were a bunch of 50-something-year-old people pretending to be high school students, singing and dancing. The only thing that broke up the singing and dancing was sexual assault. This movie,
At a door.
and this 1.5 stars. I just, why do people like this? And I like musicals, goddammit. Why do people like this?
Jeremy, how we feeling?
I'm probably gonna go with 2 stars because there was a severe lack of any grease whatsoever in this entire movie.
I don't know. You
didn't
weren't
see a
paying
single-
attention there,
Did you
bud.
see all the hair?
Yeah.
So much grease.
Well, it's just hair stuff. I'm talking about like actual grease, like dripping off meat grease. There was none in this movie whatsoever. It was just horrible. But you know what? The best music
not
in the entire
wrong.
movie was La Bamba.
Yeah, no, that's accurate.
Yeah, that was it. At the diner, that was also apparently it's like a sock hop. And
I'm going to disagree, but okay. I'm not saying La Bamba's a bad song. I'm not going to say it was the only good song in the movie.
But I've seen this movie quite a few times as well. I have friends that love it. I'm not much of a musical person, but I think banter with friends is a great way to get through Grease.
Yes.
I can clearly say just sitting around, just taking the piss out of it is the best way to watch this movie.
I would rather watch fucking Cats again.
Oh, God. I haven't seen it, so I'm good. We're good.
It's on my Amazon. We should watch it sometime.
No.
My birthday's coming up.
Don't you do that to us.
5-star rated by Shim Cats.
Oh, Lord.
A.
So, yes, I will stay 2.
It's in the fucking title track. Grease is the word. So bantering about Grease.
Yeah.
Postman. So
Okay, well, this is not my first time watching this.
Really?
I've seen this movie several times. It has never been by choice.
Yeah.
I've never chosen to watch Grease. It's always been, we're watching Grease.
Yeah.
Is that your internal monologue?
That's my internal monologue. Okay. Well, external this time. Fuck. Because it's garbage. I like Shimmy said, I don't know why anyone likes this movie. Why did this thing get popular? The whole plot of the movie is awful. There's a couple of songs in it that are okay. However, I have PTSD from several of them because I used to help a friend with karaoke, and I would be like the token dude when the drunk college girls came in and wanted to sing Summer Love. We need a guy to sing with us, Frank. God fucking damn. But anyway,
I will say my favorite karaoke song is in this movie. It's La Bamba.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got to that part. It's like, hey, that was a good song right there. No one in this movie is singing it. That's probably why it's the best song. That's why it's a good song.
We were all humming along to it.
Yeah,
it's a good song.
We were all vibing to Obama, and they're like, "Oh, we got to change this." God damn it!
Fuck you, Sandra D.
You people suck in your music choice, your personality choice, your relationship choice.
They all have lung cancer too.
There's nothing but bad choices in this, and bad judgment, and bad behavior. Like Shimmy said, it's like there's songs interspersed with sexual assault and bullying. That's it. There's bullying and sexual assault
and delinquency.
No, that would be included in the bullying and the sexual assault
and the songs.
You also left
and then
out
the songs in between.
There's also all the concussions.
Well, I mean, they got to be.
We haven't even got done with the ratings, for God's sakes.
There's got to be a reason why they're singing like that. I'm assuming it's the concussions.
Yeah.
1.5 stars.
All right, so I'm not going to take up a lot of your time. However, I will say my piece because, that's what you do in a podcast. You watch the movie, then you talk about the movie. So,
unless it's Raising Arizona.
Yeah, goddamn it.
Unless it's Raising Arizona. Yes. Yeah, you want to fucking fart about it? Let's go. Put my weapon down. Fuck you. Anyway, we'll talk about my memories with this movie. I have seen this movie many, many times. It's just... Grease is the word, it's just a thing. It's
that goddamn song's stuck in my head now.
Bird is also the word.
Yeah.
No, we established Grease is the word. Jeremy brought that one up.
Yep.
You're right. But like I said, I have memories of this movie for reasons that I will get to later. But this never been like a movie that I just turned on. Let's fucking watch Grease. I mean, I know I did it this time, but I had a reason.
That's exactly what just happened.
I know.
Yeah, you actively chose this one.
I know it's almost the gimmick of the fucking show.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm not denying anything that has been said around the room. The plot is awful. Like, I'm not going to poo-poo on the music as much as everybody else, but again, I'll explain later. However, Grease, the movie, after this viewing, I'm sitting at a 2. That's where I'm at with this movie.
That's right. So look, help me out. What's that one song that Olivia Newton-John sings when she's got the letter in her hand and then all of a sudden Travolta's drowning in a kiddie pool?
Hopelessly Devoted to You.
That's the one. I think that song, I've heard covers of that song. It was the first time I ever heard that song were covers. I've liked all the covers much, much better than the original. I think her voice doesn't suit the song. Her voice is too airy and lacks the power that sort of ballad needs. I've heard it other ways, and I liked it a lot better with other singers, so I will say I do like that song under certain conditions.
That is a good song. Fun fact, that was recorded, and that entire scene was recorded after the film was done shooting.
Oh, wow.
There was apparently, if I read it correctly, there was something in her contract where she needed a solo song, like a single song from that movie, and they did that whole bit. And I think I can kind of tell looking back because the hair looked a little more wiggish than real than earlier. You know what I mean?
It did seem out of place with the rest of the film in terms of production.
Yeah, but I didn't know that little bit until today. But anyway, Grease, we all know the plot of Grease. It's basically, hey, change who you are for verb sex.
Oh, hey, does that girl not like you? Just be something different. Does that guy not like you that much? Completely change everything about you. He'll love you. It'll be great.
But you sing about it, though.
Right, you gotta sing.
You sing a lot
And you
about
gotta use
it.
a weird accent, right? Not your normal Australian. No, you gotta be like, stud. Right, that's what you gotta do. And you get your big hair and your high heels that you dance in. You break your ankles. He'll love you. It's great.
And you pick up smoking after you tried smoking and hated it.
Right, bad habits, lung cancer. Guys go nuts for it.
I mean, this is like her first couple of months in America. She's stressing the fuck out. She needs something to take the edge off, all right? Everybody's smoking and drinking. Let her have her vices too, okay?
Well, I'm going to stop you there because it was supposed to be the graduation when she came out smoking. So an entire year had gone by.
Yeah, which we were all fucking like.
That was a year?
We've seen this movie. I've seen this movie many fucking times, and it didn't like set in until this viewing that. Wow, that was a whole calendar school year.
It's insane. That's like 3 weeks of actual time that we see out of a fucking school year.
It's so bizarre. But I mean, I get it. It's like this was a stage production first, correct?
Yes.
Does anyone know?
Yeah, it was a musical and everything, like on like I think on Broadway for a while. Or I know there was that, and because I think it and like Hairspray were around the same time.
Probably. That sounds right.
80s, 50s.
All of my friends that love like musical theater are going to come after me now.
Wow, that is another one that we haven't done for the show. Thanks for reminding me on that one, Jeremy.
God damn it.
Well, I guess I'm officially off now.
Son of a bitch.
Great. Where's that list of my enemies?
Oh, God.
Anyway, yes. But I'm so that was just one of those scenarios. I didn't know which came first, the chicken
Yeah.
or the egg.
They wanted to capitalize on like how popular the musical was, so they decided to make the stage production and they went with a first-time director too.
Really?
His previous directing credit was he did the TV movie The Boy in the Bubble, which was Travolta.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, Travolta was the one who selected the director and also the one who told them they should go after Olivia Newton-John.
Okay.
Well, fair enough.
So,
I mean, I can't argue with the success. I can just question it.
Regular Scorsese likes to work with his pals.
That is 100%.
Old Christopher Nolan, if you will.
I mean, they did make Grease 2 and are currently working on a prequel to Grease, which will be on Paramount Plus.
Fuck off. No, they're not.
Yes, they
are. You
are.
serious?
Yes, 100%.
What is it going to be them in kindergarten?
No, it's going to be them.
Yeah, they'll be in kindergarten, but they'll be 20.
Grease is the ABCs and
Yes.
the 1, 2, 3s.
We're gonna watch them like build a car, like a box car, and race it down a hill.
This is fascinating because
That's infuriating.
I saw a 3-pack that like included the first 2 movies, and I think what was it, ABC that did a live version of it on their network, I believe.
Yeah, maybe ABC Family or something like that.
No, I think it was just straight up ABC, like the network.
Wow.
Because you know how they were
Made for
doing like those
television.
one take live episodes again, which I thought were really cool. I kind of wanted to check those out, but I never had the chance to watch it live.
Okay, I've got the information. It's called Grease: Rise of the Pink Ladies.
Oh,
It is set 4 years before Grease.
So it's a prequel.
Right. It is 4 years before, and it's before the T-Birds were the coolest kids in school. Kids. 4 fed-up outcasts dare to have fun on their own terms, sparking a moral panic that will change Rydell High forever.
Yeah.
It's cigarettes.
If you have not seen this movie and you're wondering why we laugh every time we say kids, it's because everyone starring in this movie is somebody's mom or dad. And they're obviously 40.
Yeah.
At the least. There are no teenage-looking actors in this entire production.
I'm not going to say that this was the first time that this has happened because, this has had to have happened beforehand, but they're like fucking 40-year-olds they're trying to pass off as teenagers in this movie.
Seriously, some of these high schoolers, quote unquote, their kids were in daycare while they were filming. Okay,
For sure.
I mean,
like a couple of them, their kids had moved off and gone to college already.
Yes.
I'm looking at you, leader of the Scorpions.
Yeah, that
Guy
dude-
Pearce's dad.
that dude looked like beef jerky.
God, he looked like a villain in all the Karate Kid movies.
Yeah, he was a reject from Kung Fu.
Like, if anybody remember the Untouchables well enough to remember the guy that Kevin Costner chunks off a roof?
Yes, actually.
He looked like that guy.
Yeah. That You know what? I think the guy that Kevin Costner chucked off the roof was a more handsome individual than the guy in Grease. That's just my hot take on it.
That guy looked like
Billy
he was.
Drago, that's the one.
He was pushing like 70.
Is that real? Oh, you give me his death headline.
Well, here's what he looked like before his death.
Wait, I see he was in stuff before he passed.
He was a very popular character actor.
He kind of looks like
he has been in so many B movies, like a whole bunch of my favorite 80s sci-fi B movies.
Yeah.
He is the villain.
What about the star of was it Rampage?
Renegade.
Lorenzo Lamas.
Yeah.
Yes, Lorenzo Lamas is in this movie as like the competition for Travolta.
Emilio is fucking pissed he's not here for this.
He is a blonde, dumb jock in this movie, and I went...
With no lines.
Yeah, I was like, he looks so odd. Why is he oddly familiar and just odd looking in general? It's because he's blonde and he's fucking Lorenzo Lamas, famous for being the dark, handsome, Latino kind of looking dude.
Wait,
and
what?
he's playing a blonde jock in this movie.
Which I'll go back to the same word. Concussions.
That would explain his general, behavior in the movie and lack of speech.
Here you go, bud. Renegade.
Yeah.
It looks like John Morrison.
Yeah, call back to Emilio.
That's the same guy.
Reference to the TV show Renegade.
Wow. I cannot believe that you saw that guy in Grease and then saw that dude from the Disciples of the Apocalypse and were like, same person.
Totally, same guy.
Like, Jesus Christ.
I saw him. I was like, I know that guy. What is that actor? What is he in? And I was like, fucking God. Is that Lorenzo Lamas? Had to look it up on my phone. I was like, holy shit.
God.
That is Lorenzo Lamas.
And even better that is from a fucking bit from the last episode.
There was a lot that overlapped from last episode.
Yes, like immediate animated sequence.
Yeah. There's an Elvis song.
Mm-hmm. There's Elvis song there. That's right.
Yeah.
There is Assault.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Terrible thing to say.
There's a
fucking
lot
start
of
laughing.
That's a good segue to a thing that we should very quickly address. Our episode last week, where 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, when we discussed how much we love Gary Busey as a performer.
Oh no!
That episode was recorded and released weeks before all of the current allegations, and as we had to do with the director of Color Out of Space and several other times that escape my memory, we here at the Cajun Greatness and All You Can Hear podcast family do not endorse the horrible, horrible things that these stars have done.
Yeah, check the dates. We got receipts.
Yeah. Apparently, there's a long history of Gary Busey getting handsy at conventions.
Yikes.
So, yeah. Sorry about that. And I take it back. He was a dick when I met him as a kid.
Never meet your heroes, kids.
Yeah.
Look, predators can act nice at times.
I know. Sometimes they give you flintlock pistols.
And sometimes they cut Gary Busey in half.
That's true.
In a meat locker.
In one of the best Predator movies.
Yeah, fucking Cannon's favorite Predator movie, except for the new one.
Yeah, Prey.
It has...
Prey is fantastic.
Prey is great.
Prey kicks ass.
Yeah.
Prey is my new favorite Predator movie, and that's how I feel about it. It's like Prey, Predator 2.
I can't disagree with Prey being the best. I don't, it's not my opinion. It's close to the original for me, but it's great.
Yeah, the more I've had time to think about it, the more I'm just like, God, it's good.
Such a good movie.
I want to go back and watch it with the Comanche, and with the subtitles on that. I watch it just straight up.
Yeah.
But I want to watch it
Prey
again.
was good. She-Hulk is great.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed Sandman so far.
I enjoyed Sandman. I liked the cast, and I thought the cast was really good.
And when they started singing "You're the One That I Want" in Sandman, it was crazy.
Oh, well, man, y'all better shut me up. We're going to get sued. I will sing every song.
DMCA. That's what we do.
We got a DMCA. We got another one. Oh, we did, mama.
I was like, when the first one started, if you just turned around and just looked right at me and just started doing that, I was just like, okay.
Look, all right, like I said earlier, I have ties to this for certain reasons. My dad actually directed in the year 2000. Thank you.
You're welcome. I love that comment.
He actually directed a little theater production of Grease at the Greenwood Little Theater, and it was one of the biggest productions that theater's ever for turnout, sold out every fucking show. I was too young to be in it. 2000. I was still in junior high, maybe.
Yeah, you need another 5-6 years on you before you can be one of those high schoolers.
Hey, you joke, but he waited till I got old enough till I can be in one of the productions.
I don't know. I think I'm just now at the age that I can star in the Grease movie that we just watched.
Yeah.
Frank was the guy who whammed somebody in the face with a pie. Just really good. Eugene? Yo, I feel bad for him. He was legit at a con that we were at, and nobody knew who he was. He had a panel, and he canceled his panel.
Oh, no.
I mean, it was CamiCon, though.
Yeah, I get it. He was the one get. I was just like,
why?
At a CamiCon? But
Yeah, I mean, there are pop culture people like that.
Yeah.
That have an audience that would love to see them.
he's also a voice actor.
Yeah. Well, you've got to pick your venues.
Yes.
Grease Con fucking would have tore it up, baby. Let me tell you.
Any normal convention. The CamiCon, for those of you who don't know, it's a local-ish thing that happened. Does it still happen?
I don't know.
It's
I went one. It's
It
not
is
for me.
almost exclusive, 95 to 99% anime related. Usually hard into the real obscure shit, right? So it would be like Lorenzo Lamas going,
or passing us in the street.
Now wait. Everybody's mom who was dropping them off would see that poster of Lorenzo Lamas. I got to go inside.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, a lot of moms would want to go see Lorenzo Lamas, but no, it's just so wildly out of place.
Yeah.
For the sort of convention you would expect anyone from Greece to have been in. So it makes sense that nobody knew the fuck. Brad Pitt could have walked in that fucking place, and only maybe 40% of the people would have known who it was. That's the sort of crowd CamiCon attracts.
All right. Well, let's talk about the music of the movie again.
Sure.
All right. Now, I really want to fact check this because again, this is just IMDb trivia, but I did throw this one on y'all while we were watching the film. But apparently, in the stage play, the song "Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee" had a reference to Sal Mineo, if I'm saying that correctly, who was murdered in 1976. So, for the movie, the lyric was changed to reference Elvis Presley. Ironically, the slumber party scene in the movie and the song was filmed on August 16th, 1977. According to this, the day Presley died.
That is the day Presley died.
Yep.
So that's the scene that killed Presley.
Yeah. He didn't die from a drug overdose.
No, it wasn't anything to do with the drugs or the peanut butter sandwiches.
It was the song. It was they did what? What the?
Well, he just felt it in the air.
No, he's taking a crap. Colonel Tom calls him. What do you mean they're talking about me in the movie? I don't know. Oh, my heart. No, he's dead.
in a shitty rapey musical? What?
Oh my god!
If anyone's going to do a shitty rapey musical, it's going to be the King. Damn it!
Oh man! Apparently,
thank you.
Rizzo's hickeys were real.
Yeah, no.
Stockard Channing said in an interview that Jeff Conaway insisted on applying them himself.
Oh, more questionable.
Gross.
During filming of a movie with lots of assault. That is
tremendous. How many people did Zuko punch?
Several people got punched.
They needed a boxing team.
Yeah.
Well, here's a impressive, in my opinion, fact. The "You're the One That I Want" sequence was filmed in one afternoon.
Really?
Yeah, according to this,
that is pretty impressive, actually.
They had the fair, which I pointed out. All of our graduations apparently sucked because none of them rented out an entire carnival for our graduation ceremony.
I had to sit through a fucking sermon.
Huh?
I had to sit through a fucking sermon.
Yeah, well,
a legitimate sermon.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
I had to sit through 300 plus names getting called. I had a big fucking graduating class. It was sucked.
There were 12 of us.
Damn. I was 81. We were 82, but the day before, a girl dropped out because she got pregnant.
Well, there were 16 people in our class.
My God, if they would have played "You're the One That I Want" at the end of that ceremony, it would have been.
So the sermon was the longest part of your graduation ceremony.
By far, yes.
Yeah.
So I want to go around the room and ask everyone, what was your favorite part? of green. I don't know. I'm just kidding around.
I like the Beauty School Dropout song. That was a good song. It was fun.
With God damn it, what was his name?
Once again, like everything in this movie is questionable because it's like Frankie Valli singing
Frankie
her
Valli, that's
as her guardian angel because that's what she.
Beyonder.
Yeah,
He looks like the fucking Beyonder.
yeah, he did look like the Beyonder in the white suit and the glowing lights behind him and walking down these stairs surrounded by these angelic beauty school dropouts also.
Well, and some
Basically tells her how
giving-
much she sucks.
Giving her really good advice in the meanest way possible.
Yeah. He was kind of a dick.
Yeah, go back to high school. You should graduate high school because you suck. Because you
you're gonna
suck
be-
at
it's like,
everything.
yeah.
You're ugly. You look messy. You're a slob. Go back to high school.
Only hookers would come
Yeah.
to you to get
Yes.
their hair done.
Yeah,
he drops
like-
the hook. He drops the hooker word, and it's
Yeah.
like, bro,
Whoa.
bro.
I was like, ooh, that was harsh. I thought the rest of it was mean, but that, ooh, wow.
But now seeing the Beyonder get up in my face, I do get that reference now. Holy shit. y'all, yeah, that was a good one.
But like,
The great 80s, I'm pretty sure 80s
84.
series,
Yeah, 1984.
Secret Wars
yeah.
2, where this being from another universe who possesses all the powers of that universe can do pretty much anything, wanted to experience humanity because of a previous series, Secret Wars 1, and because he liked Spider-Man, went to visit Spider-Man and began to get very uncomfortable. Spider-Man figured out the Beyonder had to poop, and so he had to teach this celestial being in his human body how to poop.
Much like actual Frankie Valli. Holy shit.
I'm still of the mindset that she had a concussion. There's just so many concussions in this movie.
I mean, there were some.
That door went on a rampage and just hit so many people.
Well, we must have missed it when Rizzo threw the shake in her boyfriend's face.
Yeah.
She must have let go of that glass and it whacked her in the head, and that was what proceeded after the.
Speaking of, and this is even nastier, all things considered. During the dance competition scene, they had to keep the doors shut during that sequence for lighting purposes, and there was no good working air conditioning, and the place got stupid hot.
Oh,
so imagine all the dancing erotically, and just like everybody just like sweat mopping all of each. And according to this, a couple of people had to be taken out due to heat-related illnesses.
Well, that would explain why the Scorpion guy looks like he's about to have a heart attack.
because he
during
was
that
about to
scene.
have
Yeah, he was.
Well, he
probably-
was 60.
Man, he was sweating.
God, there were so many fucking old people. Like I wish we had like
was
we need to
the-
get like a list bracket because like I know he either was one of the youngest or like Travolta was 23 playing a senior in high school, and there are others. God, like that one dude, like oh Jesus,
What is the gang with the guy in the gang with the curly hair?
What was
like,
the-
he was obviously
yeah,
40.
Yeah, it's like
at least.
fucking discount Ray Romano
Yeah.
is like nothing shy of 45 years old.
What was the joke we made that the principal and the one guy they were just husband and wife? They were just playing out like a fantasy the whole time. He's like, no one's gonna tell me what to do. Shouldn't you be in class? Hey, how's it going?
Oh yeah, and I forget who it was made a comment about never referencing anybody's parents. And it's like that's because they're all 50. Their parents are all dead.
And then there was the swing set at the drive-in because that's where they got to leave their kids.
Wow,
This right after Zuko, tried to
The
rape
adult
someone.
high school students had to have somewhere for their kids to be entertained while they watch the drive-in movie.
Apparently, Elvis Presley turned down the role of the guardian angel in the beauty school dropout scene.
Sure, he was dead.
Yeah. Well, he
Apparently, he was alive a couple of days before that.
I know in some of my notes I had written that apparently before Olivia Newton-John they had discussed possibly having Carrie Fisher because Star Wars was filming it like in the same lot. And the other person was
Whoever saw that fucking piece of shit.
he. Well, apparently the director of this movie walked over to the set and was apparently friends with Lucas and was just like watching Carrie Fisher perform was just like I'm not sure about her. The other one that I had was the other person who was listed as possibly. Let me find it real quick. Was it Maria Osmond? And
Probably.
she turned it down because she didn't want to have the rebellious turn at the end.
Makes sense.
Man.
Yeah, that's totally on brand for her.
It's like, oh man, black
Also-
leather.
As popular and as much money as this movie made, it came out as number 2 in the box office that weekend, and it lost out to Jaws 2.
Nice.
And then 4 weeks later, it got paired with the other Travolta movie that came out that year, which was Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, it was a double feature. That was.
So it was actually
you
paired
brought
up with it
didn't
for real?
you? At one point, Jimmy.
What was that?
You brought up the double feature thing.
Yeah, that's terrible. That sounds like
It
hell.
was paired with a PG version of Saturday Night Fever.
It's even worse.
Didn't even get the actual thing. But it was Paramount's second highest grossing film ever, right behind The Godfather.
Oh, nice.
Once again, why?
I don't know.
Why?
Olivia Newton-John had to be sewn.
And as rapey as this, it is wildly popular with women, and I don't understand because it is very not good for them throughout this entire
It's not
movie.
good for anybody.
And the other
Olivia Newton-John had to be sewn into what now?
She had to be sewn into her trousers that she's wearing at the very last sequence
I could see that.
due to a
was like-
zipper breaking.
Well, that was pre-spandex time, so
Yeah.
There was also the thing of Henry Winkler turned down the role of Zuko and then later said he regretted it because he didn't want to be typecasted. And it's like, no, you did a perfectly fine job because you are hilarious nowadays.
Yeah, no, I love that man.
He plays such good roles now.
If you haven't heard it, listen to his appearance on Michael Rosenbaum's Inside of You podcast.
Okay.
It's very good. He's a kind and wonderful man. They both are.
I love him in Barry. That show's awesome.
Yeah, did you ever see there was like a mini series where it was him, Shatner, George Foreman, and somebody else. I can't remember the other old guy touring around the world. They went to Japan, and they're all just completely out of control. Shatner's being Shatner, and if you know anything about Shatner, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he killed that one wife of his. Yeah, the Olympic swimmer who was found
George
dead in her
Foreman
swimming pool.
is just fucking insane.
There's so many random
But-
people that have killed folks. I've learned so much being.
Poor Henry Winkler was like the nice guy with this group of just monsters
Yeah, that sounds
trying
terrible.
to herd them in the right direction.
I feel really bad for Henry Winkler in this scenario you're describing.
Every episode, I was just like, somebody help him. Somebody help Henry, please.
It's like
Somebody
the
help
dude
him.
who was the host of I'm with Busey trying to deal with Gary Busey.
Yeah.
That guy came out and was like, yeah, I'm not fucking surprised. Gary Busey doesn't care about anybody who isn't Gary Busey.
Yeah.
Oh, good. He's a monster. That's how she goes. That's how she goes.
So yeah, Grease.
Yeah, Grease.
There's a part where Zuko gets in front of the entire drive-in theater, and no one hit him with anything.
Blocks the fucking screen like an asshole.
Right after he got hit in the dick with a car door.
There were people yelling at him. They were like, "Hey, fucko, get out of the way!" It's like Reese. I only had my first drive-in experience about I don't know, two and a half years ago, maybe, and I probably brought it up on the show before. There were some idiots in front of us who didn't know how to act, and I was just like, "Hey, what the fuck?"
Because their lights were on, right?
Their lights were on directly in our face.
Holy
yes.
shit.
The bastards.
Yeah.
And like the movie started, and I started walking towards them, and then somebody like quickly jumped out of the back of their truck and turned off their lights. I was like, "Fucking thank you!" Like screaming. I was seriously just.
Gonna start throwing hands.
Where was this? Where's
I don't remember. It was.
Was it the one in Leeds? Or,
I think so.
or the
maybe.
one in Argo?
I've been to one drive. I've been to one drive-in theater, and because it was in Montgomery. We would go and visit I had grandparents that lived in Montgomery, and on the way to their house, we drove by the drive-in.
Yeah.
And I was always like, I want to look at the drive-in. I want to go to the drive-in, and I was raised Nazarene, and one of the tenets of Nazarene faith is you don't go to movies because you don't contribute to sin that is Hollywood.
What?
Gasp.
Yes.
What?
And I had to beg to get them to take us to, I think it was like a Godzilla movie because they played like the older movies. And, I think I was 8 maybe.
But that Zilla clearly isn't God. There is only one God.
Yes, and his name is Godzilla, and I will fight someone
I
for that.
think it was one of the many things that I did as a child or a teenager that my grandfather told me I was going to hell.
Like also reading Ghost Rider.
No, that was my cousin's comic book that he left at their house that they were unaware that was in their house.
Oh, that's funny.
What about the Punisher?
No. See, my grandmother had this little box of toys for the grandkids when they came, and she was like, "Here's the box of toys. You get kids to play with toys." There was 2 comic books in there, a Fantastic Four comic book, which Shimmy found for me. Thank you.
Nice.
And a Ghost Rider comic also Shimmy found for me.
Double nice.
It was in the stack of old Ghost Riders that he was getting. I was like, that's it. That's the Ghost Rider manga. But there was 2 comic books. There was a Fantastic Four comic, and there was a Ghost Rider comic. And I always, as I got older, my grandfather being a United Methodist minister and being really stick up his ass about it, I started, why is there, of all comic books for us kids to read, why is there a Ghost Rider with the fucking flaming skull motorcycle riding demon looking creature on the cover? Turns out my grandmother has never looked in that box. It just happened to be 2 comic books that my older cousin left in there one time when they were visiting. She was completely unaware of this. She's
just like, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm sure
Clutch pearls.
Her and my mother both would have this demon material.
But are there any Grease comic books? Because I kind of want them if they exist.
I don't know. It's like somebody here happens to own a comic book store
I know what you're talking about.
or has like a very large collection and resources.
I was trying to think, I know for a fact that there was a change to my dad's production from the movie. He gave the girl who had the Rolodex of dudes.
Yeah.
That part gave her an extra song during the sleepover scene. I don't remember what the song was though. I want to say it was, yes, it was La Bamba.
just randomly start singing La Bamba in Spanish for no reason.
From now on, all productions of Grease need to have La Bamba just to appease people like us.
La Bramba.
Man, you know what that movie La Bamba didn't have? It didn't have enough La Bamba in it.
Yep, that is very true. I remember watching that movie. I think it came on HBO a couple times.
So was the song meant to not have her be writing 93 different servicemen?
God, I don't remember again. This was the year 2000. But yeah, I don't really remember what the song was. I don't know if it was a part of the original play or musical or what have you, but
it's entirely possible.
Yeah, that particular chick, her thing was that she was stringing along at least 2 dozen servicemen.
Yeah, there's gonna be a fun fight on her front lawn at some point. It would have been amazing to watch.
Fight on her
the
front
sequel.
lawn.
The sequel
All
to
the
Grease is just a street fight of this random mob of servicemen all coming to visit their girlfriend, and it's the same girl.
That's the plot for Grease 3. It's just like an action movie with all these servicemen trying to get to her, and then they all get to the finale is just this huge big action sequence.
I'm just still perplexed at how fast Frenchie's just stabbing holes in people's ears without warning. I don't worry, it's not gonna hurt it. I was like, ah! It's just blood everywhere. You're just all right, get in here. Why don't you bleeding on my mom's carpet while we're underage drinking? You're 32.
Got this bottle of wine.
Yeah, and the only one who can't handle the liquor is an Australian. Seriously.
She probably threw up because of the sight of the blood. She only had a swallow or 2.
Yeah, well,
all I can think of is every time they start talking, actually I knew somebody from Australia where as I was a judge in Magic Gathering, a bunch of friends were telling me about a story about being at a GP, and they were talking about Australia and the whole fact that there's all these deadly animals and all this stuff. And an Australian came up and talked to him and said, "You want to know how you say safe in Australia? Is you zip up your goddamn tent." And they just walked off, and apparently they just started dying laughing.
you offended the Australian.
Do they know Hugh Jackman though?
Probably.
I don't think they're really Australian.
And Chris Hemsworth.
Look, all you do is say Steve Irwin and see if they cry. Then
Right.
if they do, they're Australian.
There was another.
I guess I'm Australian shit.
Me too. Crikey.
There was another one that I remember about, they were talking about making with Thor Ragnarok when they were coming back into the country, and it was Taika Waititi and Carl Urban and Helmsworth, and they were coming back into the country, and apparently the security or the guy at TSA or whatever was asking, it's do you have any past warrants or anything? And apparently Urban said, I didn't know you still needed one of those to get into this country.
I get it.
Yeah.
It was a penal colony.
Yeah.
That's funny. I love Carl Urban.
I love Carl Urban too. He's great.
See.
Great.
He's played such a wide range of things when you go back and look at the stuff he's been in.
Oh, yeah. He's a very versatile actor.
I keep forgetting that he's always in Lord of the Rings, and you see him with that hair, and it's just
Majestic? Yeah.
Like, bro, can I comb that hair? Because apparently that's what they did in Greece. Is they comb their hair a lot.
That did happen a lot.
Yeah. Man, I'm not going to lie. For the longest time, I still kind of want one of those switchblade combs.
I have one at my house if you want it.
It's like I would never be in a situation where I would like just what the fuck. Because like now I'm just like old and I hate having shit in my pockets. Because like I have a designated place where shit goes in my pockets.
Why do you
now
think I carry that bag with me everywhere? It's got all my shit in it.
It's a traveling bag.
Yeah, I hate having things in my pockets. It's the worst.
it blows. But that's just like another thing to have, and I'm never in a situation where I'm like, let me fix my fucking hair up, you know,
Well, he always
so
like
I can
pulls
get
up
in my
that
pussy wagon or something.
God.
My name is Kaneki, and I like to necky.
What was the saran wrap? They brought out the saran wrap and walked around the car because apparently in that time period the thing to do was to wrap yourself in saran wrap for protection, but they didn't want him to do anything provocative with it because they would get an R rating. But they could say pussy wagon at the end of that scene and it's PG.
It's like they didn't want to do anything provocative. You see the dance sequences?
Well, you know that's where Tarantino got it. Had to be. That and my name is Zuko, and I like to Fuko.
Oh my god.
That's not in the movie, but I would not be surprised if it was.
I just picture Tarantino sitting in a room watching Grease with like his notepad, just like taking notes the whole time, like pussy wagon.
I mean, Tarantino did bring the man back.
Yeah.
So
All right, look, Travolta wanted me to watch this. I'm going to watch it. Fine. Pussy wagon, that's good. I like that one.
I'm gonna put it in a movie. And I'm gonna put it in one he's not even in.
Can we talk about like
It's gonna make even less fucking sense.
like the density
That's
of
my
the,
brain operates. So go back.
the density
Clips.
of the car
You have to
door?
rewind my movies. You have to fast forward sometimes. I like to suck feet. That sounds nothing like Tarantino. That is a bad Tarantino.
You didn't use enough. You didn't say fuck enough.
This isn't the impression game, motherfucker. Okay.
There you go.
If I really want, no, I can't. You can't do a real Tarantino impression. You know,
Yeah.
no one can.
Yeah.
Only Tarantino can do Tarantino.
I mean, I guess maybe.
I'm sure if Sam
No one
Jackson-
gets. I'm not going to take this any farther. Anyway, Grease is still the word.
in his movies.
He does like to say the N word in his movies.
He does.
He's like, hey, I know Sam Jackson. What is it? I don't get it. Like, I don't understand.
What was it? The density of that car door went from knocking man out to being torn to shreds by comically improvised weapons on opponents' vehicle.
They were antimantium spikes.
Look, as a fan of 70s and 80s TV, that is a consistency. You can put those spikes on the hubcaps of your car, and that automatically does that. Because the A-Team did it all the time.
Also, the car flies into fucking space at the end of the fucking movie. And you're worried about that shit?
Yep, 100%. Because that door is made out of some bizarre material.
It goes from steel to aluminum real quick.
Yeah.
Then the other car flies off, passes Christopher Reeve talking to Marlon Brando. Yeah, we're going on. Me and Travolta are going to be happy. Is that Marlon Brando? You, my son, shall teach them to fly.
I still just like the idea of Christopher Reeves looking over and being like, the fuck y'all doing up here?
Oh, man. So, John Travolta, Danny Zuko, he's really good at track.
Because he doesn't get a
I
chance.
want to make one comment about that. He decides to be a jock to try to win the girl back. And he pretends to be a person who's never seen a sport ever in his entire life because he doesn't know how any of them work.
You don't pay attention.
Not a single one.
Here's the
too
basketball.
busy rocking
Yes.
and rolling.
Yeah, he's too busy being a cool guy to ever
Yeah.
witness a basketball game.
I know, man.
So he punches the guy immediately.
Fuck school spirit.
Same with baseball.
Cheerleaders are
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah.
Punches a baseball player, punches a wrestler, punches
At
a
rallies,
basketball
more
player.
like smoke breaks.
He sucker punches the wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I give. And then just,
Yeah, the teacher's like, oh, you like to hit shit. Let's go play baseball. Which would be my first thought.
Yeah.
should have been, do you like to hit shit? We have this wonderful boxing ring right here.
Yeah, I mean, that
But they didn't
would've
have
made a
that.
lot more sense.
That cut into the fucking carnival budget.
Clearly. We have to have this massive cotton candy thing and a scene with a Ferris wheel while we launch a car into space.
And don't forget the murder machine, the human washer machine.
Oh, yeah. What was
Always love those.
Oh, yeah.
What was it at the end number of the guy in the green shirt who was just trying to show everybody up?
Oh, man.
Gumby, yeah.
Oh, speaking
Extras that steal the scene.
Yo, speaking of, like, I don't know if anybody else caught him, but the bass player of the band during the dance off, he was getting a little rowdy and bowdy.
He was enjoying
on that
himself
stage.
for
I was
sure.
just like, ooh, you feeling yourself on it, getting all that money's worth.
It's always great when an extra steals the scene.
Man, that one guy who's just like having a fucking meltdown during the fucking hand jive, he's not even dancing. He's in the crowd. Like, you remember, he's just his face is just like beat fucking
guy-
red.
Like the human version of Patrick Starr, pretty much.
He was the guy who grabs Sally or Sandy.
Yeah, it looked like somebody had beat him in the face
Yeah.
because right his nose and below his nose was just red. And with the whole air conditioner being down, that's probably why, because he's going into heat stroke.
He was the guy that they had to take out. Passing out.
That explains why.
I gotta be in Greece, motherfucker. What if they do another one? He died.
That was like, I guess that explains why. Like I said it at one point, they were showing like the shot, and the one of the girls who, like the one with like the pigtails, is doing the brushing her teeth, whatever the fuck that impression was at the beginning.
I wish y'all could have seen that hand motion Jeremy was doing right now. That was fantastic.
I was like, she was wearing like some kind of like peach color like dress, but her face matched her outfit, and I was like, yeah,
There were a couple of them that like beat red.
Yeah.
And I guess that's
It
why.
was
hot in there.
Yeah.
Fucking heat stroke.
8,000 degrees and they're dancing.
The only one that was cool as a cucumber is fucking John Travolta. You want to know why? It's fucking Scientology.
Because he's a lizard person, yeah.
He is a fucking dragon man.
He's not human.
He's what's called a reptilian. They have a base in the moon. I said in the moon, where they have their mood rays that control our moods.
that explains it.
These are all legitimate theories put forth by David Icke, who is a crazy person. That's ICKE.
Can we send some more requests up there for some different moods? Because this one is sucking.
Grease 2.
Dear Moon.
Grease 2. Still the word? Question mark?
Dear
Joe
Moon.
Viper
Not
and
feeling
other
great
guy.
today. Could use a better moon. Thanks, love, Cajun Greatness Crew. Send.
But, yeah, Grease is the word.
Grease 2 had Michelle Pfeiffer in it.
What?
Grease 2 did have Michelle Pfeiffer in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of her first major things.
She replaced, what's her name? Olivia Newton-John in the second one.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
And then they brought in even older looking people to play high schoolers. I'm not kidding. I've seen this movie. The guy that played Shooter McGavin is one of the T-Birds.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Fucking really.
I love that guy. Christopher
awesome.
McDonald, that's his name.
He is awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
Man.
I love the people that all take pictures of him at cons and have him sign it, the greatest golfer in the world.
Yeah.
Shooter.
Shooter McGavin. I eat pieces like crap for you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of crap for breakfast?
No.
No.
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Oh,
It's such a good movie.
So good.
So good.
Much better than Grease.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, I'm not going to deny you there.
Yeah, it's a good movie, but I've got it almost memorized because one of my best friend, her boyfriend had this thing where he would watch the same movie over and over and over again.
I get
For
that.
the longest time, it was Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything
Every
about that.
time I went over there, he's watching Ace Ventura. For his birthday the next year, I gave him Happy Gilmore. So the nonstop repeat of Happy Gilmore began at her house.
I never understood people like that who just watch the same thing over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah, after about 2 months
done it
of
a few
it.
times.
Yeah, after
Told
about
that story
two
a
months
few
of it,
times.
every time I saw her, she'd be like, thanks, Frank, thanks. I was like,
No, I totally
at
understand
least
that.
it's different than Ace. And she's like, I like Ace Ventura. Apparently, she
It's like-
was not a big fan of Happy Gilmore.
There's like 4 movies on Amazon Prime I have that I just loop at the shop. I can't say shit. Do you know how many times I've seen The Count of Monte Cristo? Which one? The Caviezel version.
Ah, yes.
So fucking many.
I have seen it on the shop a couple of times.
42.
42. Now, that's just this year. Like, I could hit that in like a quarter.
Well, like I said, like when I was a kid, I was a psychopath, and just like I would just hone in on one movie and just watch it like over and over again. Swordfish being one of them, one we've covered.
I
on
never
this show.
understood that. I wanted to watch all the movies.
I mean,
Like,
I
I've
watched
seen
them
that one. I would-
eventually,
Yeah.
but I
No,
just
I mean,
wanted
like-
to watch that one a lot longer.
I would do the same thing. For me, I know why I did it. For me, it was comfort. Because like if I watched this movie that I really liked, and if I put it on, then A, I know what's going to happen. I don't have to feel that extra anxiety. B, I know I'm going to have a good time. And C, it's stability that the rest of my life is lacking. It was a trauma response, actually.
Yeah, I kind of do that now. Like if I'm on Netflix or something, I'm like, no, it's a new thing. That's probably going to suck. Nope. Oh, I like that movie. Click.
Yeah.
I've seen this movie 5 times, but I'll watch it again because I know I like that one.
I mean, do you know how many times I've watched House MD all the way through this year?
Oh no!
I'm currently on 4.
See, I love Hugh Laurie. I love his character in that, but I love detective shows, like figuring out things, and House is just full of bullshit. They just make all of that shit up. None of the medical things are real.
Nobody's watching it for that.
It annoys me.
You want to see Hugh Laurie be a dick to people, and
It is super fun watching him in the ER. That is
Love
my
that man.
favorite parts of that show. Is when he has to work the ER and he's a complete dick to everyone. That is my favorite part of that show.
Wait, you're into detective stories?
Yeah.
Oh my God, have you ever watched Trailer Park Boys?
I watched some of it. Yeah. I watched some Trailer Park Boys. After you suggested it, I was like, I'll check it out because I see it come up on the streaming services occasionally. I was like, yeah, check it out. Kanan said it was good, and I watched, I don't know, about 5 or 6 episodes, and then got into something else. I forgot what it was. I think one of the Marvel things came out, and I was like,
that's one of mine. I'll just like turn that shit on and just go. It's just like, I'm gonna do things. Some funny shit. I remember that. I love Trailer Park Boys.
I do that with Letterkenny.
Yeah,
I was about to say,
need to catch up on Letterkenny.
I'm about to say I will rewatch Letterkenny every once in a while because it's such a funny show.
It's Futurama for me. I can always just cut Futurama on.
Love Futurama.
Yeah, like I've watched it plenty of times. I can just like cut it on and then just like, I love this episode. Or like, I love this episode. I'm not going anywhere now, and I'm going to rewatch this whole damn thing again.
Yeah, the only thing about Letterkenny is they talk so fast. I have to have the captions on because I miss so much of it when they're just rapid fire dissing each other. Now that I've watched it, through, and I'm rewatching it, I can kind of follow it better. Don't have to read the subtitles.
Watch it at like half speed.
There was a part in the movie where the subtitles just gave up tonight.
Yeah.
They were scatting throughout the last night. And then
That was funny.
subtitles was like,
We need one more song.
That.
We need one more song. Well, I'm really
Fuck all
tired. I
that.
don't feel like writing one. We'll just blah, 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 blah. Sha-da-dee-dee-dee, da-da-doo-dee-dee.
All right, one of you make noises and the other ones make the same noise.
Totally what it was.
You got 5 minutes to teach everybody the noise you're making. It's
And
fine.
the rest of you act like you're having a seizure.
Guy in the green, go nuts.
Yes, go fucking nuts. But anyway, yeah, watch Grease if you want to have a bad time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fucking captions just completely shit the bed at one moment. Yeah, that was funny.
Skibidi-bop-a-dooby-dap.
Just picture the guy like typing the captions, and he's just like, just fuck this.
Yeah.
There's like I saw this video of it was the sign language interpreter at a Pearl Jam show, and he was singing Yellow Ledbetter, and he started singing, and the guy was like, he's just looking at the crowd going,
That's right, another classic visual bit here on
he's just
Development.
he's just looking at the crowd. Don't know. I give up. There's no. If you've ever heard that song and you don't know the words to it,
Oh yeah, that I mean,
Eddie Vedder doesn't know the words.
I don't think any. I don't know the words.
Oh no!
to any Pearl Jam
I saw that
song.
video and I looked it up with lyrics. The lyrics, I was like, why? That makes absolutely no sense. Why would you say that? The first word in that song is unsealed. He sings it unsealed.
Huh.
That's what he
On brand.
sings.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's about time to wrap Grease Lightning up, put her in the garage, eh?
In the garage in the sky.
In that garage in the
Hey.
sky, in that malt shop in the sky with
Frankie Valley.
and
Beyonder.
The Beyonder
Freeze.
and the fucking ghost of Elvis just hanging out.
I can't believe it killed me, Mama.
Do you remember Grease, the movie that killed Elvis?
Yep.
Yes, Grease was totally the thing that killed Elvis Presley. I guess we do the plugs.
Yeah. Ken, you want to start us off with the plugs?
Well, please continue listening to Travolting Development as much as humanly possible, and also Cajun Greatness. I mean, you have to listen to Cajun Greatness. Let's keep listening because we have shit to do and things to say. I'm not good at doing the show socials. I guess I'll just do mine. But you
Yeah,
can follow
I'll
me
do that.
at That Ken Guy on the Twitter, the Instagram, the Goodreads, the Letterboxd, and the TikToks.
Yeah, and you know what? Social media influencer over here, because he's got fans that leave reviews about how great he is.
This is true.
Yep. Frank, how about you?
You can follow me at Postman Frank on Instagram now because I changed my Instagram.
I saw that,
Yeah.
What the fuck you do? You didn't ask me?
I don't post a lot, but occasionally I'll post pictures of my fat fucking dog. He's great, but he's kind of a douche.
Also, we're going to need royalties for Postman Frank because we gave you that nickname, so...
I hate to break this. I hate to break this to you, but it's a name that I've been called much before.
We
the
TM'd
podcast.
that. You missed that episode.
I've never heard you say Postman Frank TM.
Well, that's because Pat was yelling it. You have to go back and listen to it. It's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Jeremy, how about you?
You can find me on Instagram on Tu's Cosmic Reality. It's where I post like art when I actually remember to post that stuff. And then I have Letterboxd for Backwards Hero, and then my Twitch.tv/Backwards Hero, where randomly I just play video games and talk or BS with my friends.
And you can follow me at Captain Chimmy's Kind of Art, Captain Chimmy's Almost Music, Captain Chimmy's Toy Box. I also have another podcast that I update sporadically called Captain Chimmy's F'd Up Head. So if you want to hear all the actual stories behind my joke of that reminds me of a sad story from my childhood, that's the place you want to go. You can also find me here at the Comic Strip in Tuscaloosa. You can also check out our merch store for Cajun Greatness at tpublic.com/user/Cajun Greatness. Now, next month, we do have the schedule up just to give everyone a heads up of what's coming. Next week, we will be doing Firebirds.
Yeah.
Which should be a good time. And Pat will be joining us again on that one. You know, Pat, who has been a guest on the show once or twice.
Yeah. Friend of the show, Joe, Pat.
Yeah. Now, the week after that, where we normally film, that's going to be Labor Day holiday. So we're actually taking a break that week. So you'll have to go back and listen to old shows many times. Leave us many comments. Tell us how great we are. Yes. Reviews, all that shit. You'll have plenty of time. Week after that, it's going to be my birthday episode with special Uncaged guest host Ken Logan. I'll give you a little hint of what we're watching, and by hint, I mean I'm going to tell you. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger's Commando, unless I change my mind between now and then. But
Nice.
I'm like 99% sure it's going to be Commando. After that, we will be back with normal Cajun Greatness for Zandali with Judge Reinhold. So that should be something. And then September 29th, we're back with a fan favorite and a host favorite, The Impression Game.
Yeah.
That's right. That's going to be a good time. Fucking love that game. And we're gonna bring back some old impressions, so a lot of our new players will be able to do their terrible Schwarzeneggers and whatnot. So, very exciting times here on Cajun Greatness. And as always, I want to thank you for listening to the show, especially our recent listeners from Australia. Sorry we kept doing that accent. Promise we won't do it again until the next time someone Australian's in a movie. So
Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah.
We'll promise we'll zip up our tents too.
Right. And again, shout out to all of our listeners across the world, actually across the world. You know, our people in Ireland and Germany and Australia and England and Singapore, Canada. We love you guys. And Tappahannock. We love you in Tappahannock too. Thank you for listening. Continue to listen, and we'll see you next week. But you won't see us because we'll be in the bushes.
Grease is the word. Goodbye.
God damn it.
It's a Travolting development. His movies are kinda shit. 15 years without a hit. Hey! It's John Travolta.